Hello! Welcome back to the Shadyside Herald. Finally, we are now going to go back to the Prom Queen news. There is actually a release date trailer that just dropped today, it looked like, but we're going to save it for our next video. Right now, I want to get caught up with the first look. We're going to take a look at it together and discuss my thoughts. I haven't done it yet, but now that I have the time to record, now we can finally talk about it. Let's switch over the Twitter and see what the first look images look like. Finally, now we can take a look at the photos and talk about them together. This will probably be a short video too, like my last one, even though it was 5 minutes, but this should be a short one. But I'm going to go over each of these images together and discuss my overall thoughts. So before we talk about them, let's look at them for at least a decent amount of time, and then gather our thoughts and think about my personal opinions about them, and maybe yours too if you want to leave some in the comments. All right, let's take a look at the. Oh God, excuse me, sorry about that tongue twister. Let's take a look at the images right now. I'll go ahead and remain quiet while you take a look at these. So we'll start with this one for now. Once we get past the 4 photos, we'll go ahead and talk about them. All right, here's the photos for at least a few seconds. Now let's talk about each photo, oh my God, I cannot speak to you guys. Let's talk about the photos now, and discuss my thoughts. So let's start with this photo right here. Now, as you can see, this is the killer right here. We see the killer's hands. But, remember, because this is taking place in 1988, we don't know who the killer is. Obviously, it can't be one of the protagonists from 1994 and 1978. I presumed they would be still in middle school, and Ziggy's still coping after 1978, which takes place 10 years after the Camp Nightmare Massacre. So, anyways, let's get back to the image here. As you can see, our killer is looking at our potential victims. Now, of course, this is a horror movie. I think most likely most of these women here are going to die. Only one, perhaps none, because it is a Fear Street movie, could die. Remember, anything is possible in Fear Street. Remember that in 1978, Ziggy had died, but came back to life miraculously. So anything can go in this 1980 story. Now to this image here. You see that our women here are standing each other, potentially in a rivalry. Now, of course, this could mean anything, but what if one of these women is the killer in this entry? Who knows? But remember, we don't know the identity of the killer yet. We don't want to know who it is yet. I want to save it when we watch the movie on May, and we'll talk about that next video. But nothing to say much about this one. Our third image shows this lady here winning, and this guy winning too, presumably from the killer that's happening during this prom night. Not much to say, but obviously just your normal wedding scene in a horror movie. Final image here. We see that the girl is covered, so it's likely she is not our killer, but she is a potential victim. And we see our look of our killer. Now, for those who played or know Deadly Premonition, this is a raincoat. And raincoats can be used as a disguise as a killer. He's wearing a he or she is wearing a coat. Now, obviously, we don't know the full look. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'm going to be saving it for next video. But at this moment, I don't know who it is. And please, if you know who it is, do not spoil. I recommend do not leave spoilers for this movie. You will get punished for it if you leave spoilers, so please don't do that. But let me look at back at the footage. It seems that the production value seems pretty much the same as the trilogy, it looks like. And that's very cool. We returned back to the high school. Remember, we went back to the high school in 1994, so we get to see the high school again, but this time 6 years ago, so definitely looking promising. So I'm hoping with this entry will be it will be a solid one. And with that, that concludes our first look. Tune in next video. I'm going to be finally reacting to the release date trailer, and I'm going to be reacting to it very soon. So, stick around. Until then, Shadysiders, see you next video. Don't get yourself caught.